Hey guys, thanks for dropping by. I've had a long relationship with IK Multimedia. Back in the day, I used to use their first version of Amplitude plugin. It was pretty amazing, like nothing else I'd ever seen or heard. And part of my relationship has not been so good. I would get these mixes and man, they just sound amazing, and I have to work and work and work to beat it. And I started asking people, what are they using? They said, oh, it's this thing called T-RackS. So man, I grew to hate T-RackS because it was just hard to beat. So what do? You buy it yourself, right? And now fast forward to version 5, and I'm still in love with T-RackS. I think it's a great bargain. They have several modules. I can't remember how many, but it's quite a few. All of them are pretty good, and some of them are spectacular, like you'd expect. Some of the ones I've been using over the years is the Amplitude, of course, Stealth Limiter. I've been using that a lot. I'm using these in standalone mode. Just telling you some I like. The 432 EQ, that thing is so good. Bob Horn turned me onto that. The saturator I like, and man, if you want a brick wall limiter, their brick wall limiter is a brick wall limiter. So I wanted to share some things with you today. Version 5 is really an upgrade. It brings us into the future. What do I mean? Well, we're using meters more than we've ever used. I don't remember ever using meters 10 years ago, 5 years ago. And now I actually do use meters. They have an important role in terms of how you present your mixes to the world through Spotify, through a lot of other sources. You do have to kind of meter and be careful to make sure you get everything as maximized as you can. Now, T-RackS 5 has a really good grasp on that. In fact, everything's upgraded in this version, and the UI is spectacular. So you can put version 5 in a chain module view, and I'm going to give you some ideas of some chains that I use and some modules that I use. And I think you're going to be surprised. Watch this. This is a song by Ben and Adam. Adam goes by the name of Bad Bone. He's from France. Love this track. I'm going to play a little tiny piece of it because I want you to go buy it when you get a chance. Check it out. The song is called Young Player. So here's some drums, and they're going through my drum aux. Check this out. So you can see it got more musical. The drums got more musical. They got just the groove felt better, felt tighter. A lot of those nebulous things that sometimes we forget about because they're hard to quantify and they're hard to hear. But just close your eyes and see if you like it. If you do, then we've done our job as an engineer. Now, what I've done this with. This EQ is really, really sweet. Here's some little problems I have with the bass. Hear the clarity come out. It's weird how you can take things out and it gets clearer, right? And then this compressor is a bad little boy. Look at my meters, they're not changing. And then wow, this guy's worth the price of admission. I use this one a lot too. It's modeled after a mastering EQ. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but you know, it looks just like it. Okay, without anything again. That's what you call a lot of good enhancement and feeling. I'm working on these sounds, farther back in the mix as individual sounds, and this is my drum aux. I selected these plugins because they just take it to the next level. It's the difference between a demo sounding mix and a record sounding mix. Let me share this with you before we go. Here's the music track. Okay, what did I do? This is one of my favorite plugins. This is the Saturator. It's got a lot of things it emulates. Go online and check it out. I'm starting to use this on everything. It just seems to find a musical spot for me. So let's see if we can hear what it's doing. You know what? Let me make it a little easier for us because I'm having a little trouble hearing it myself. So here we go. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. For me, it's the difference between listening to the keyboards 20 feet away or 5 feet away. It just feels like it's just right there. It gives the playing a I don't know. Listen to the attacks. Listen to the end of the note. Michael told me one time that groove and feel is not where you start the note; it's where you end the note. Check this out. So that's what we've accomplished. Now, this looks like a famous compressor, and it sounds like one. I like this compressor because it doesn't really change anything, it just enhances it. So you might think of it as a jalapeno in a food dish. Yeah, I said that. Compressors used to confuse me for a long time when I first started engineering. One day I just got tired of not really knowing much about them, so I got every compressor I could get my hands on and just locked myself in a studio for about a week and just tried every different combination, permutation, and everything else I could do. And I left more confused than when I started. But somehow some of that stuff sunk in. And Jack Joseph Puig has a great take on compressors. I'm sure you can find that on the internet somewhere, but they're just magical things when you use them right. And this compressor responds good to that philosophical approach. Here we go. What can you say? They just work. They sound musical. They're you know, I just like it. I like it when things work. I like it when I hear a sound in my head and I can get some tools and get that sound to come out of the speakers. And this is what's really doing it for me. So some of you guys are going to find this stuff a little subtle. Some of you guys are going to find it over the top. And yeah, I'm in the red. Don't hit me about that. I've been doing this a while. I know I was in the red. I like the way it sounded. It's a professional move. Don't do that at home, kids. And if you look at my stereo bus, it's not hitting that hard on the stereo bus. But I needed to get that level to get the sound I wanted. Okay, guys, T-RackS, check them out. I'm fully supportive of what they're doing. Great company, great people, great products, and great results. Can't ask for anything more than that. I'll see you guys in a little bit.